All right. What's going on with it? YouTube, blessful risings to those that rose today, to all that rose. Yeah, we in here. We got a reenact going on with a racist cop punching punch Shaquille O'Neal's daughter in the face. It gets ugly, but we here to just support the truth and the real and stand for justice for all. You understand? So check it out.
Racist cop punches Big Shaq's daughter, but Big Shaq destroys him with his fist. A crisp autumn sun rose over the bustling city streets, its warmth hardly cutting through the chill in the air. Shaquille Big Shaq O'Neal, NBA legend, entrepreneur, and proud father, was home for a short break between business trips. That day, his teenage daughter Miara had errands to run. Normally, Shaq drove her everywhere, but she insisted she was old enough to handle things on her own. Against his protective instinct, he relented, letting her borrow a modest sedan. Miara had her father's tall stature and gentle smile. At 17, she exuded a measured confidence, shaped by lessons her dad instilled in her about kindness.
Now, one thing I want to ask y'all: do you think that this cop was aware that this was a celebrity's uh, child, or do you just think he just thought it was a random, privileged uh, African American girl?
Respect and standing up for others. She slipped out of their family home with a wave, promising to be back soon. Shaq, double checking security alarms, reminded her to stay safe. She gave him an affectionate eye roll and repeated, "I'll be fine, Dad. Relax."
See that?
Learn about crypto and get rewards. Busy with weekend traffic. Miara headed downtown to pick up
That was
groceries and
important on
supplies
that.
for a community service project. On the way, she sang along to a playlist of R&B classics and her father's old hip-hop favorites. She parked near a small neighborhood market known for its fresh produce, grabbed her tote bag and hopped out. As she strolled across the sidewalk, her phone buzzed. Shaq texting a friendly, "All okay?" She responded with a thumbs up emoji and set about her errand. The air was vibrant with locals chatting, produce vendors calling out prices, and passing cars honking. She barely made it halfway to the store entrance when a police cruiser rolled around the corner. Miara glanced over politely but didn't think much of it, until the car pulled to a sudden stop, lights flashing. A tall, broad-shouldered officer stepped out, eyeing her with a scowl. His name tag read Officer Larkin. Approaching her in a stiff gait, he barked, "Hey you, what are you doing around here?"
Yeah, that's one of the favorite ones that gives them up right off the bat. Soon, they say you don't belong, go where you belong, or anything like that. You know what I mean? You already know where they're going. Look at his glasses, look at his demeanor, look at his whole posture, man. This dude right here should not even be on the fourth. But this is the guys that got working on the fourth. And this thing, in due time, guys like this move up and become chief and commander and all kind of things like that. So you got to get this filth up out of the system before it even gets to become a disease.
Confused, Miara paused. Running errands? She said, mustering a polite tone. "Is there a problem, officer?" His glare hardened. "You match a description," he snapped. "Suspicious activity's been reported in the area. Someone loitering, causing trouble. Show me your ID."
Yeah.
Miara's stomach twisted. She'd faced subtle prejudice before, but never from a cop so openly hostile. She kept calm. "I'm not loitering," she explained. "I parked just there to buy groceries." Officer Larkin snorted, looking her up and down. "You getting smart with me, girl? I said ID, right now." The tension bristled.
Oh, it looks like George Zimmerman. Did they give him? Is that George Zimmerman's cousin? Because he looks like he's really with the bull. You know what I mean? So man, you gotta watch these type of dudes, man. This is a reenaction from my reenaction. I guess their reenaction because they didn't show five different women that are supposed to be this guy's daughter. But the story, far as my understanding, really took place and happens to be true.
Miara took out her wallet to hand over her driver's license. Larkin glanced at it, then tossed it back with a sneer. A fancy name doesn't mean you aren't trouble.
Oh, so does so now he knows that this is a celebrity's daughter, or did he run the plates and find out what celebrity daughter? And he wants to find out, has she been sipping or whatever? So he took his glasses off to do this sobriety test on this girl right here. And you can tell clearly she haven't been drinking. She haven't done anything. He doesn't smell any alcohol or anything to even come at her like this. So why is he doing all this? This is crazy.
He spat. People like you always think you can wander wherever you want. She stiffened at the
You
insult.
people.
People like you was all too telling. I'm not causing trouble, she repeated, voice shaking slightly. I'm
Yeah.
just here to shop. He stepped closer, looming. You better watch your mouth, or I'll watch it for you.
Uh,
Her heart pounded. She began backing away, phone in hand. She decided to record this if it escalated. She'd seen enough stories to know how these encounters sometimes ended. Officer, she said carefully, I have every right to stand here. Please let me go on my way.
ooh.
The veins in Larkin's neck bulged. His eyes flicked to her phone. You trying to film me? He growled. You better not.
Well, while you asking her if she filming you, you supposed to have your webcam. You supposed to have your camera on your coat, and you don't. And then there's cameras all around. So why are you worried if she's recording when you're recording and you should be recording, and everything should be recorded due to the fact that guys like you get out of bed and show your real, true royal colors. Was not cool, Mister.
Miara opened her mouth to reply, but it was too late. He surged forward in one swift, violent movement. The punch caught her left cheek full on,
Did that.
sending her reeling to the asphalt. A wave of searing pain.
So what will be the purpose for him to strike her because she stated a answer to one of his questions and it wasn't what he wanted it to be or speculated to be or insinuated it to be. So he took it on his own to strike him. Where's that at in the law book? So you can strike any individual if they reply with an answer that you don't like. Come on, man. This is 2025, man. This is crazy. And this is what they allow, and this is what they've been abiding by. So when you are of a darker descendant culture, you are treated and you will be attacked no matter if you're right, wrong, good, bad, or ugly in this place that they call America.
Blurred her vision as onlookers gasped. She landed hard, the jolt smashing her phone against the ground. A hush swept over the previously busy street. On the ground, Miara felt throbbing pain and sudden tears of shock. The officer towered, fist clenched, a hateful scowl twisting his face. That'll teach you, he spat.
Dig
People
that?
rushed in, forming a distressed circle. Someone shouted, Hey, you can't do that. She's just a kid. Another dialed 911. A few started to record, capturing the scene for evidence. Then, from behind the crowd, a powerful voice boomed. Miara? Heads turned as a towering figure tore through the circle. 6'11", broad as a wall, Big Shaq emerged, face etched with urgent fury. He'd gotten a frantic call from a passer.
Now, I bet you his whole demeanor changed when he seen that somebody was there to stand in authority. But this is probably all he wanted was to have him come after he ran the plates, after he ran her name. Oh, your fancy name don't mean that you're not causing trouble, and wanted him to emerge. So he got what he asked for.
By who recognized Miara. Without hesitation, he raced downtown, weaving through traffic at breakneck speed. Dad? Miara croaked, relief flooding her tear-streaked face. Shaq knelt, gently brushing her hair aside to see the swelling bruise. Anger flared in his eyes, anger sharper than any he'd felt in his days on the basketball court or during countless challenges in business. This was primal, paternal rage, fueled by love for his daughter. Officer Larkin blinked, briefly rattled by the sheer size of the newcomer. But then he squared his shoulders, postured defiant. "Who the hell are you?" he demanded, voice cracking slightly. Shaq rose to his full height, looming over the policeman. "I'm her father," he said, voice perilously calm. "And you just made the worst mistake of your life." The cop scoffed, though his bravado wavered. "If you've been in a car..."
Now check it out. He still want to show his authority because, you know what I mean? He's talking a good one. Now, what if this man, this person, if it wasn't Shaq, this any concerned father or parent, was to say, "Hey, I'm her father," and you tell them to back off? What if they didn't like what you said and cracked you? Did that?
IRL, he never finished. In a flash,
Yeah.
Shaq grabbed Larkin's wrist, twisted away the baton the cop tried to swing. The crowd watched breathless. This wasn't a scuffle, it was a father reclaiming justice. Larkin tried to land another blow, but Shaq, nimble from years of professional sports, dodged it. Summoning all the power in his muscular arms, he launched a single devastating punch to the cop's midsection. Larkin staggered, winded, eyes bulging. Fueled by protective instinct, Shaq followed with a swift uppercut that snapped Larkin's head back. The policeman dropped to his knees, reeling from the thunderous force, baton clattering on the asphalt. Onlookers gasped. A hush. Shaq stood, chest heaving, fists clenched. The policeman lay on the ground, groaning, thoroughly subdued. Miara clung to Shaq's arm. Pain radiated from her bruised cheek, but relief welled in her chest. Onlookers circled, murmuring about the assault they'd witnessed. Sirens blared in the distance, city police responding to frantic calls about an officer down. Shaq gently scooped Miara behind him as more officers arrived, lights flashing. The new arrivals took in the scene. Larkin sprawled on the pavement, battered. Miara's bruised face and shattered phone. A circle of phones capturing the moment from multiple angles. Shaq trembling with contained anger. One of the newly arrived cops recognized Shaq immediately. Everyone did. But that wasn't the point. They carefully approached, receiving frantic testimonies from onlookers. "That cop punched her first. She did nothing. He was just racist. Shaq saved her." With testimonies piling up, the officers knelt to secure Larkin, who spat curses at the big man. "You'll pay for assaulting an officer," Larkin snarled weakly. "It's just racist. Shaq saved her."
So if there was no cameras, no witnesses, it would have just been her story against his story, and you know how that would have worked out. So this is the type of oppression that people are up under daily that are not celebrities, daily that are not being recorded, daily that haven't been recorded, daily that got people not getting the support and the justice that they need, all being citizens of this place they call America. Wow.
With testimonies piling up, the officers knelt to secure Larkin, who spat curses at the big man. "You'll pay for assaulting an officer," Larkin snarled weakly, but the other cops didn't look convinced. They retrieved phones from witnesses, scanning footage of Larkin's unprovoked punch on Miara. The policeman in charge of the scene shook his head grimly and told Shaq, "We see the video. Looks pretty bad for your attacker. We'll handle him." Shaq nodded, breathing ragged. He tried to lower his adrenaline, stroking Miara's back in comfort. "She needs medical attention," he said quietly. "That's all I care about now." An ambulance soon arrived. Paramedics gently examined Miara's bruise, placing an ice pack on her cheek and confirming she'd need a thorough checkup for potential concussion. Shaq refused to leave her side. Larkin was cuffed and hauled away, face twisted in pain and fury. Over the next hour, statements were taken. Sufficient evidence, video, eyewitness accounts, plus the battered phone on the pavement left no doubt. Larkin had assaulted Miara without justification. The entire city would soon see the footage. At the hospital, Miara sat in a private exam room, fresh bandage on her cheek.
So basically, that's it. The cop did what he did. It was caught on camera, and you know, one thing led to the other. He took her to get checked up, make sure she don't have no concussions or nothing like that, and that sums it up. But more of the story is you can't be too sure to be too sure to think that you sure that this can't happen to you or this can't happen to your kids due to the fact that you are driving while being black, walking while being black, outside while being black, or in the presence of someone that's racist while being black. So keep your eyes on the prize. You know what the prize is. The prize is always you, and nothing outside of you is bigger than you. Bad company corrupts good character. We're going to end this one. We're going to get up out of here. This is the UG of A. Go ahead and do what you can do so we can keep doing what we're doing. And we're going to get up out of here on that note. Dig that.
Shaq paced by the bed, eyes full of worry. She reached out, tugged his sleeve. Dad, I'm okay. Just a bruise, right? He sighed, huge shoulders slumping in relief. Thank God. I'm sorry I didn't get there sooner. She gave a pained but reassuring smile. You got there exactly when I needed you.